Yo, what's good everyone? Today I'm going to be breaking down some of my favorite Nhl Dfs plays for this Monday, January 22nd slate. And we got ourselves 6 games here tonight where I'm going to go through a couple of my favorite line stacks, some of my favorite individual plays, and then we'll wrap up this video with 3 low-priced options or sub 4K forward plays. With that being said, let's dive right into this. And we're going to kick things off here by highlighting the 6 games we have on this slate tonight, showing you the money lines and over-unders. We got the Jets taking on the Bruins here tonight, Golden Knights at Devils, Panthers at Predators, Penguins at Coyotes, Blackhawks at Canucks, and the San Jose Sharks taking on the Los Angeles Kings. And then here's a schedule update for this week. Gonna have an Nhl DFS video coming out for you guys Monday through Thursday. Gonna be putting out Nhl DFS picks for the Friday 4-game slate as well in my Discord channel. If you have not joined that, there's a link to do so in the description below on this video, which leads into my final point here as well. In the bottom right-hand corner, you can see the NHL All-Star break begins next week. I will not be making content for that. We have 6 games in total Monday through Wednesday next week. If you're looking for some insight and picks on those games, again, join the Discord, link in the description below, and I'll be happy to put out some picks there. With all that said, let's dive into a couple of line stacks that I like here for tonight. Now, we have ourselves a very unique 6-game slate here tonight. The Canucks and the Kings are going to be very popular, and rightfully so considering their home matchups. That's probably the route to go when it comes to cash games. But for tournaments here tonight, I like this first line for the Pittsburgh Penguins. We got Crosby centering Gensel and Raquel. Matchup on the road here against the Arizona Coyotes, and this line has truly dominated all year long. Of 100 qualified lines so far at the halfway point of the season, they rank 2nd overall in goals per 60 minutes 5-on-5, 3rd in shot attempts per 60 minutes, 4th in expected goals per 60 minutes, and 10th in expected goals percentage. We're going to see Crosby and Gensel play up on the Penguins' number 1 power play. Raquel plays down on the 2nd, but every now and then finds himself up on that number 1 power play, kind of switches with Brian Rust. Either way, glad that all 3 of these guys are getting some sort of special teams, but they've truly dominated 5-on-5 all year long. And then a cheaper line stack that I like here tonight is that second line for the Los Angeles Kings. We got Danault centering Fiala and more. I don't want to say it's a super cheap line stack, but also very affordable considering the upside they offer, especially in a matchup like this at home. And for what it's worth, of all the lines we've seen for the Kings this year, this line here does lead the team in expected goals percentage and shot attempts per 60. Now we're going to see Fiala play up on the number 1 power play, Danault and Moore play down on the number 2 power play. Like I said, a great matchup either way at home tonight against the San Jose Sharks, a team that's allowed 3.96 goals per game this year, the most in the NHL, while having the league's worst penalty kill, hitting at just a 71% rate. Now, folks, before we dive into some of my favorite individual plays here, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. I know we're already at the halfway point of the NHL season, and All-Star break is next week, but I will have hockey content coming out for you guys to close out the remainder of the season. Alright, now diving into some of these individual plays here, we're going to kick it off with the forwards. First guy that I want to highlight is Elias Pettersson of the Vancouver Canucks, priced at $8,500 here tonight in a great matchup at home against Chicago. Like I said, if you're playing cash games here tonight, the Kings and the Canucks are really the 2 teams to target. PD has been great all year long, along with that entire first line with him, JT Miller, and Brock Besser. If you wanted to stack them up here tonight, I have no problem with that. Strong correlation with all them playing up on the Canucks' number 1 power play. But I want to highlight PD here. He's been great all year long himself, posting 25 goals, 36 assists in 46 games. He's also got 12 goals, 6 assists, 18 points in his last 10 games. Truly playing some awesome hockey. Up on their first line in number 1 power play. And like I said, a great matchup here against Chicago, a team that's allowed 3.57 goals per game this year, the 4th most in the NHL, while having the league's 7th worst penalty kill, hitting at just a 76% rate. Now, with these next 3 individual plays here, these are honestly probably more tournament targets than cash game targets. I don't want to say you can't play them in cash, but it's just such a unique 6-game slate here tonight. Don't want to sound like a broken record, but the Vancouver Canucks and the LA Kings are probably the primary targets if you are playing cash. Want to highlight Clayton Keller here, though, of the Arizona Coyotes, priced at $5,500 tonight. Playing some really good hockey as of late with 6 goals, 4 assists, 10 points, and 31 shots on net in his last 7 games, playing up on the Coyotes' #1 power play and their first line. He is, again, more of a tournament play, but someone who offers 30-plus DraftKings point upside, and we've seen that from him as of late. And then same situation here with Charlie Coyle of the Boston Bruins, priced at $5,500 tonight in a matchup at home against Winnipeg, which is a tough matchup. Winnipeg is one of the best teams in the NHL right now. Connor Hellebuck's playing lights out. But if we look at the way that Coyle's been playing up on that first line with Marchand and Pasternak, it's hard to ignore him at this price. And he's also getting time up on that Bruins #1 power play. In his last 13 games, he's put up 6 goals, 9 assists, 15 points, averaging close to 12.5 DraftKings points per game. And then another solid opportunity play here tonight is going to be with Sam Bennett of the Florida Panthers, priced at $5,400 in a matchup on the road against Nashville, playing up on that second line technically with Tkachuk and Verhaeghe, but they'll likely lead all forwards 5-on-5 in terms of ice time tonight. He's also getting time on the Panthers' #1 power play with Barkov out right now. He's got 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points in his last 10 games, averaging 10.5 DraftKings points per game. Now this next play here is definitely cash game viable as well as tournament viable. That's Gustav Nyquist of the Nashville Predators, priced at $4,600 tonight in a matchup at home against Florida. He continues to offer great value in the 4K range here for someone who's got 12 goals, 24 assists, 36 points in 46 games this year. He's also got 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points in his last 10 games, trending well as of late, playing up on the first line with O'Reilly and Forsberg, as well as the Preds' #1 power play. And this Florida team here as of late, they're a bit banged up right now, but they have not played great defensively, allowing 4 goals per game with a penalty kill that's hit at just a 63% rate in their last 5 games. Now, moving on to the defensemen here, and this is definitely one of those slates where I'll be looking to spend up at this position, as I'm just not in love with the value that we have with defense tonight. Still going to highlight a little bit of that value, but one guy that I would be willing to spend up for is Roman Josi of the Nashville Predators, priced at $7,000 tonight in a matchup at home against Florida. A very well-rounded defenseman who plays around 24 minutes per game up on the Preds' #1 power play and their penalty kill. He can definitely get on the score sheet. He's got 9 goals, 31 assists, 40 points in 46 games, while averaging close to 3.5 shots on net per game and close to 2 block shots per game too. The next guy I got here then is Erik Karlsson of the Pittsburgh Penguins, priced at $5,200 tonight in a matchup on the road against Arizona. An offensive defenseman who logs around 23 minutes for Pittsburgh, plays up on their #1 power play. He's got 7 goals, 25 assists, 32 points in 43 games, and for what it's worth, it probably makes sense to stack him up with that first or second line for Pittsburgh tonight or target their #1 power play. But if you wanted to play him as a one-off, I certainly don't mind that as well. Now, dipping into the 4K range defenseman here, as I mentioned earlier, not really in love with the value at this position tonight, but still wanted to give you a couple of options. One guy who did catch my eye was Simon Nemec of the New Jersey Devils, priced at $4,200 tonight in a matchup at home against Vegas, which is obviously a tough matchup, but this is a rookie defenseman who's already playing around 20 minutes per night. He's getting time on their #2 power play and the penalty kill. He's got 2 goals, 8 assists, 10 points in 23 games, while averaging close to 2 block shots per game. And then a punt option that I don't mind here tonight is Nate Schmidt of the Winnipeg Jets, priced at $2,600 in a tough matchup on the road against Boston. Plays around 17 minutes per night, but definitely gets some special teams opportunity. He plays on the Jets' #2 power play and plays on the penalty kill. He's got just 1 goal, 7 assists, 8 points this year. Not someone I'm looking to get on the score sheet. Really hoping that he blocks 3 shots in this game, but that's not really his forte either, averaging around 1.3 per game. Look, if he can get me 10 DraftKings points here tonight, I'd be more than happy. And hell, if he gets me 7.5, I'd be cool with that too. And then I got a couple of goaltenders here for you, and if I'm looking to spend up tonight, the safe consensus play seems to be Thatcher Demko of the Vancouver Canucks, priced at $8,500 in a good matchup at home against Chicago. He has truly been great all year long with a record of 24-8-1, save percentage of .919, goals allowed average of 2.47, averaging close to 16.5 DraftKings points per game. He's been very good as of late too, going 8-1-1 in his last 10 starts. On the season, he ranks 7th to 65 shutout goalies and goals save above expected per 60, and the Canucks are massive home favorites here tonight, sitting on a money line of minus 440. And then if I'm looking to save money at the goalie position here tonight, hard to overlook Connor Hellebuyck of the Winnipeg Jets at $7,300. This is definitely a tough matchup on the road against Boston, but this guy is the Vezina favorite at the halfway point of the NHL season. He has truly been great all year long. He's got a record of 23-7-3, save percentage of .927, and a goals allowed average of 2.15, averaging 16.5 Draftkings points per game, and he's also 8-1-1 in his last 10 starts, ranking third of 65 goalies this year, and goals save above expected per 60 minutes. And as always, going to wrap up this video here with 3 low-priced options or sub-4K forward plays, and actually have a 4th option for you as well. Let's name drop him right away. That's going to be Colton Sissons of the Nashville Predators. He's priced at $3,700 here tonight, centering the 3rd line and playing up on the Preds' #1 power play. Considering how bad that penalty kill has been for Florida as of late, he definitely caught my attention. But the first guy I have on the graphic here is Pierre-Luc Dubois of the Los Angeles Kings. They need to get this guy going. They traded a bunch of assets for him. He has just not been very good or consistent this year, but he's getting opportunity right now up on that first line with Kempe and Kopitar and playing on the #2 power play. So I really love the opportunity and upside that he's going to offer playing with those guys, especially considering his price. The next guy I got then is Connor Garland of the Vancouver Canucks, priced at $3,800 in a matchup at home tonight against Chicago. He has been playing some really good hockey as of late on the Canucks' 3rd line and #2 power play, having posted 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points in his last 9 games. And then the last guy that I got there is Pavel Dorofeyev of the Vegas Golden Knights, currently playing on their 2nd line with Stone and Stevenson, as well as their #1 power play. He's made the most of that, scoring a goal last game, and he's actually put up 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points in his last 9 games. Alright everyone, that is going to wrap up this video here for today. As always, thank y'all for taking the time out of your day to watch the content here on this channel. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Let's have ourselves a great day here, folks. Let's win some money on this 6-game slate. And in the meantime, I'm out of here.